Imagine walking through the airport, suddenly panicking and sprinting through the building into the forest, never to be seen again. Trigger warning. Viewers' discretion is advised. Hey, welcome back to Katie Knows Crime. Today we are going to be going over the case of Lars Mittank. Lars was born February 9th, 1989 in Berlin, Germany. He lived in the small town of Itzehoe in northern Germany. Lars' friends described him as funny, easygoing, and social. He had a girlfriend, a stable job working at a power plant, and a very close relationship with his mother, Sandra. In June 2014, Lars went on vacation with 5 friends to Golden Sands, a beach resort near Bulgaria. The trip was supposed to be a fun summer getaway. But something strange happened during their final days of vacation. This is where the case starts to get unsettling, because the Lars who arrived in Bulgaria was not the same Lars who left. Near the end of the trip, Lars had reportedly got into a fight with another tourist. The argument had allegedly evolved a disagreement over a football team. During the altercation, he had suffered a ruptured eardrum and a jaw injury. A doctor had advised him not to fly until the injury was healed. So, Lars made the decision to tell his friends to return to Germany without him. Honestly, this decision is one of the biggest what-ifs of this case. If his friends had stayed, maybe none of this would have happened. The days before his disappearance, Lars had checked into a hotel near the airport called Hotel Color Vienna. This is where things started getting strange. Late that night, he had called his mother, his voice sounding terrified. Then he had told her something disturbing. He believed that people were trying to kill him. At one point, he had even told his mom to cancel all of his credit cards because he believed they were trying to rob him. Imagine how scary that must have felt. I know I would have been terrified. At around 1 a.m., Lars had suddenly left the hotel. He was gone for about 1 hour, and no one knows where he went. He had eventually returned, and his paranoia only seemed to be getting worse. The next morning, he called his mom again and told her that the people chasing him were getting closer. Imagine being that mother. During that phone call, you're hundreds of miles away and your son sounds terrified. On July 8th, 2014, Lars had arrived at Vienna Airport, hoping to finally fly home. For his flight, he visited the airport doctor to check his ear injury. The doctor had later stated that Lars seemed very nervous and anxious. The doctor had eventually told Lars that he was healthy enough to fly home. Then something strange happened. A construction worker had walked through the doctor's office, and suddenly Lars began panicking, and according to the doctors, he yelled, "I don't want to die here," before running out. Airport security cameras had captured the moment when Lars ran through airport terminals, out the front door, across the parking lot, and climbing over the fence into a forest. He left behind his phone, passport, luggage, and wallet, then was never seen again. And that's what makes this case so terrifying. Lars running for his life, but from what? Authorities had searched the area extensively. They looked through fields, farms, and nearby cities. Nothing was ever found. There were the occasional reports of sighting in Bulgaria, Germany, and Poland, but nothing was ever confirmed. More than a decade later, the disappearance of Lars Mittank remains unsolved. The final CCTV footage of him running through the airport has been seen millions of times online, making him one of the most famous missing persons cases on the internet. And the biggest mystery still remains. Was Lars running from something real or from something only he could see? Let me know what you think about the case of Lars Mittank and what you think happened to him. And I'll see you in my next one.